Should you summon on tomorrow's banner that's going to run through the weekend for Ryzen and Eris? Some of you, probably. Most of you, no. Let's get into it. We're going to keep it pretty short and sweet. This is an interesting banner. Undeniably, it is a good banner. Ryzen is phenomenal against bosses when you need single target damage. He particularly shines in Abyss. If there's a shield to break, he's going to do a great job to help you break it. You guys can check out my most recent showcase guide right there. Link in the description, top and comment, all that good stuff. But is he the best? Not really. I mean, he's the best nightmare shield breaker in the game, but he is one solution among many to dealing with those physical shields. Another shield breaker that actually brings more team utility is going to be Setrum. But maybe you're not running Infernal, so that doesn't make sense. Well, Ryzen fits perfectly into a Nightmare team, or you could just run a Watcher comp if you have a good enough Kagiri and Wukong. There are a lot of conditions there. So I think for the average player still progressing, if you don't have Kagiri and Wukong and multiple awakenings, at least A3 for each, I don't think it's such a crazy thing to say that this banner should be very, very appealing to you. But if we zoom out a little further, maybe only 1 or 2 weeks further, we know big ass stuff is on the horizon. Undeniably, that is true. So before we unpack that, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. Aeris is very good. He is an excellent AoE magic DPS. He's a melee unit. He's got nice range. It's pretty unique. That being said, he is not like super meta for any insanely important stuff. There is one big exception. That's going to be Gear Dungeon 1, that top lane. He is just phenomenal, and he only became more relevant when they added stage 11, 12, and 13. But there are a lot of other solutions for that. So I don't think the average player or anyone close to the average player should be hunting him on this banner. However, if you have some summon suspend once you hear my whole spiel and you still want to, and you're going to go for Ryzen and you need Eris, or honestly, if you need his A1 because his A1 is very transformative, getting that extra range is huge, then yeah, he's a phenomenal consolation prize. But I think he's about the best hero we've ever had on a banner that I'm just going to glaze over. So he, of all the units I've just kind of ignored on a banner in favor of the better unit, not even to say Ryzen's objectively better, I just think he's objectively more important to the average account. But of all the units I've just kind of skipped over and said, yeah, we're talking about the other guy, Eris is the best one that I'm skipping over. And I'm going to skip over him. He's really good in Conqueror. For progression, you can use him in AoE Arena, though he's not awesome. He's definitely good in Guild Wars defense, but not at the top levels, at least not anytime recently. And then, yeah, Gear Dungeon 1, he's very, very, very nice. But outside of that, I don't think we really need to talk about it more. He is not the kind of unit, though he is very good, he is not the kind of unit you seek out on a banner coming up on February 2026 in Watcher Realms, okay? Ryzen is going to be that for a lot of people, because I think a lot of players kind of crap on him, mind my language, because he's a nightmare unit and he's a single target nightmare unit and Wukong and Kagiri exist, right? I think he has a lot more to him than that, and you should go watch that showcase for sure. He has shield breaking ability that is really, really, really excellent. I can comfortably solo the second physical shield with him. That's the phase 3 shield, and it's not even that close. I mean, it's not close, but I've got maybe 4 or 5 seconds to spare, and the build I run on him is not special. It's just like a good late game build. So I think that really is a testament to his shield breaking ability. The other thing to acknowledge is he's a platformer. So very often in certain content, do you want Kagiri and Wukong on top of each other, taking up all that space? You know, in some content, absolutely. In other content, no. It's just not always going to be the case. Though those two, Kagiri and Wukong, kind of are the stars of the faction. I think he's a huge help to a ton of people. He is on my 60k Abyss team. I do not use my Wukong. My Wukong's A3. I haven't A5'd him yet because I'm waiting to film a video, because of course I am. Ryzen at A0 completely does the trick. And you guys can go see in that showcase, even when I A1'd him, it didn't change anything for me. Like A0, he was already completely and utterly good enough, performing phenomenally in a really impressive way. Outside of Abyss 1, this is kind of what I want to dial in on. I don't think he's the most relevant unit. You know, he's very good for progression just because the damage is big, but he's actually not like a great marksman. He doesn't deal piercing damage. He doesn't have dual faction and piercer. So he's like good for bosses for progression. And then after progression, he's kind of just phenomenal for Guild Boss 1. So the Drake, and then, of course, Abyss. And he is phenomenal there. So if you're still progressing there and it's a top priority, and you don't have your Wukong and your Kigiri and tons of Awakenings, or you don't have a Morden with a bunch of Awakenings, and you don't have every meta unit, then yeah, what an incredible physical solution. So who should go for Ryzen? And then we'll really zoom out and talk about all the people that shouldn't. Who should be pulling on this banner? Anyone that is like this close on Abyss and you just need that upgrade, he is very likely this upgrade. Abyss 1 is the most important content in this game. I don't really think it's close at this point. The rewards have been very good since 2 or 3 updates ago. Getting that 60k chest means 2 more drops a day from the highest tier rewards available at any difficulty in any daily content. And it's just really, really valuable. So if you're right on that edge, you should go for him. There is a big caveat, though. If you are tap dry on summons, there's not a doubt in my mind we're getting a big limited Valentine's Day event. Valentine's Day is literally in 2 weeks after this weekend. It will be 2 banners after this, 2 weekend cycles after this. If you're tap dry and you're not a spender and you're not super endgame, you're not gonna be able to get summons in time. If you're anything but tap dry, you will. Like, you can save so many summons, and Valentine's is one of the biggest events of the year in this game, so there's gonna be a ton of free stuff to claim. I guarantee you that banner will run from, what day of the week is Valentine's this year? They like to do it on the actual day. Valentine's Day is on a, where is it? Saturday this year. They'll probably start it earlier, right? It's probably going to start on Thursday, maybe Saturday, but they will run it for at least 4 days, if not a full 5 days. I would not be surprised at all if it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Maybe it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, I wouldn't put any of that stuff past them. They like to give people an opportunity to pull on these banners for limiteds, and they like to give themselves an opportunity to have people pull on those banners and spend money. You're going to have a really, really good chance to go for it, but you should not overdo it. Don't use all your diamonds. Don't use all your rare summoning crystals, because then if you do that and you go too hard on this current banner or whatever's coming next week, you're going to be in a tough spot, in my opinion. And it looks like we've got very, very good stuff coming. I am really confident it's going to be the painters. That has not been confirmed anywhere. There's a chance it isn't, but we do know they're coming really, really soon. I submitted my test server video on them to the developers this evening. They're very cool. They're very strong. They're a really cool solution to some of the new hard content. So I don't think you want to miss out on anything guaranteed. How do you approach this banner? If you really want to summon on it, you got to be prepared. Unless you want to go full gambler mode, you've got to be prepared to hit 2 times, right? If you're a really, really young account, I say just YOLO. And if you're any kind of spender and you think Ryzen would make a big difference, this could be something worth spending on. But all in all, I think the vast majority of players can't really afford to summon, and I don't even mean money-wise. Well, I guess I kind of mean money-wise. Anyone that's not spending a lot in this game probably can't afford to risk it when we have really, really big stuff coming. I think we have a huge ancient banner coming. I think we have a huge normal banner coming, like really huge. The paintress who I think is going to be the limited, or at the very least is going to get a banner. I think she's a really, really, really strong for a normal hero. And that's going to use the same kind of summoning currency. So if you're really into both these units and you just want to YOLO twice and you 85% chance on that second one, 89% composite, you'll hit in your first 2 legendaries summoned, then please, by all means. But honestly, I think this banner is like a very like 3rd tier level banner. I don't know if that makes full sense to you, but I feel like a tippy top banner is like, oh my God, I'm telling everyone to summon on it. And then a tier 2 banner is, wow, this banner is really, really good. Is it worth it, or what else is coming? I think this is one below. I think it's like, whoa, this banner is good, but should we really be thinking hard about what's coming? And that's kind of where I fall. So you know your account, you know your budget, you know how much stuff you've saved over how much time. I hope I gave you enough to chew on in this video. If you have any follow-up questions, let me know below. But I love Ryzen. I use my Ryzen literally every day because he's on my Abyss team. I just think we got some really good stuff coming, and this isn't guaranteed. And I think guaranteed is the most important thing in this game for 95% of players. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Sorry to keep it short and sweet, but I've got to go eat my first meal of the day. I fasted for too long today, so there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, share it with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.